guys and ghouls, so today I wanted to show you our wedding invitations. We had loads of ideas for what we wanted to do for our wedding invitations, and it was a lot of trial and error. We made loads of them. I've actually made a scrapbook about, well, I'm making a scrapbook about the wedding, and it's got 4 pages full of just the process of us designing our wedding invitations. We know we wanted something gothic, we know we wanted something spooky, but we weren't just... There was just nothing online that really tickled our fancy. So we went along with trying to make one ourselves, and we did come up with it. I haven't seen any other ones like this around, so I'm sure there are similar ones somewhere, but I thought I'd make this video in case it inspired you if you're making some gothic or spooky or Halloween invites, and you wanted some ideas, and I thought that this could be part of my wedding playlist, just about having my dream like gothic Halloween wedding, because this was a really big part of it and something that we could do now, and something that we could kind of really get our teeth into, our fangs into. So the main invites have all gone out to the people who are there for the whole day, and then we are slowly but surely, I mean, I even have some right here drying, slowly but surely sending out the other ones as we go. Now, I did film some of this process of making it. Well, I actually did film the whole process, but unfortunately my camera decided not to actually save the video. So I do have a few clips that I may insert here and there of me making the first part of it and the last part. So first up, the envelope is this kind of electric blue. This is one of our colour schemes. Our colour scheme is sort of this blue and autumn colours and red. So most of the colours. So we picked this because it was the right colour, got it off of Amazon. It was made out of recycled paper, and it is also fully recyclable as well. We tried to make these in the most eco-friendly way possible. They were around £7 for 25 of these envelopes, so they were slightly more expensive, but they're a really fantastic quality. On the front it is a label that I made myself. It's just one that I made on Word. I just worked out how big the boxes would need to be. It was a lot of trial and error to try and get it central, and this one is not central because I used one of the kind of mistake trial ones, because I wanted to use the perfect ones for the actual invites, and I thought you guys could get a good enough idea. But there's cobwebs in the corner, and a little micrometer which Mike collects. Over here there is a heart. I drew this using a metallic bronze metallic Sharpie, and a little pumpkin sticker. And then up here, this is one of my favourite things, a little pumpkin stamp, and this is from Etsy. I will leave all the information below. It is a roll of washi tape that has different stamps, and they're all spooky and gorgeous. So I put one of those into each corner. We did actually send some of these off in the post, and we put them in the envelopes in envelopes so everyone's looked like this. So moving to the back, I have opened it at the top just for ease of showing you. Here is the back. We have this amazing metallic, well, it's holographic metallic washi tape which has bats on it. They don't normally have this tape at the bottom. I've just used that because the stamp is of our address. It's one of the kind of self inking stamps, and it says Ransom, which is my soon-to-be surname, and our address was underneath, which is why I've just covered it with bats. And then a little pumpkin, like a 3D plastic pumpkin stuck on there. And then this wax stamp also says Ransom, and it has a spiderweb and a knuckle duster. Spiderweb for me, knuckle duster for Mike. He loves knuckle dusters. This is the stamp itself. Mike actually made it himself. He machined it especially for these wedding invites, but you can get kind of custom made wax stamps anywhere really. You can get them on Etsy, you can get them eBay, you can get them from Hobbycraft if you just want one which is a heart, but you've got loads and loads of different options. So just literally heated the wax up, and stamped that on, and you're left with this gorgeous stamp, which definitely gives it a bit of a wow factor, if you ask me anyway. You can get this wax in loads of different forms. We get ours as tiny little pellets, which we then heat up in a spoon and pour it on, but you can get them in candle form as well. It's worth just trying out lots of different things until you find something that works for you. Okay, let's delve into what's inside. So the first thing in here is some confetti, a magnet. Again, I have covered up the bottom just because it does have an address for where we're getting married. So this is a save the date. Now this is a gorgeous magnet. I absolutely love it, but there's a bit of a backstory. I found this on Etsy, and I'm definitely not going to name and shame the shop, but I ordered this 2 months ago-ish, and it didn't come. Basically, I ordered it, she said it was shipped. Well, first she said it was going to be shipped after a week, and it wasn't. We finally got to a month and it still hadn't been sent. So I sent her a little bit of a strong worded message just asking where it was, really, because she'd kind of given me radio silence, and she said, oh, it's sent, it's in the post. So I waited every day by the post for 2 weeks. She kept telling me it's on its way, it's tracked, it's definitely on its way, and then she ghosted me and they hadn't arrived. So unfortunately I had to pull out the YouTube card, which I hate pulling out this card, but I said, oh, I wanted to make a lovely video about said magnet, and this is said video, and she then suddenly said, oh, I'm looking at my tracker, it'll be there tomorrow, and sure enough, they arrived the next day. They were sent the previous day, first class signed for. So she had lied. As with anything handmade, it can take longer than you expect, and all that I hope for is just honesty, and I wish she had just said, I'm so sorry, but they're taking longer than I thought, and that would have been absolutely fine. Now the other problem was at the top it says save the date. Now I didn't order this as a save the date, I ordered it just as a wedding magnet, and it should have said falling in love at the top rather than save the date, because I did not want these as save the dates. So I did contact her again saying thank you very much for sending my 40 magnets, but unfortunately it says the wrong thing at the top. So I had two options: she could make them for me again, or I could send them all back to her for a refund. So I went for making them again. She made me 7 which said falling in love. She just sent me 7 and that was it. When I questioned her about that, she then blocked me on Etsy. So that was fun. As I said, I'm not going to name and shame her. I would definitely not recommend the shop. If you see this design anywhere and you're thinking, oh, this is cute, just check the reviews. The reviews were good when I ordered it, but unfortunately by the time, you know, a few months later, a lot of other people were having the same experience, and it's such a shame that artists just can't be honest and say, I'm really sorry, but I'm just running behind, and I'm sure 99% of people will be totally understanding of that. But anyway, waste not, want not. I'm still putting these in. So then we have a load of confetti which is going to come out of here, and there's loads of different confettis. We have froggies in here, there are little pigs, there are loads of different ones, and I actually have a whole bowl of it here to show you. I got most of these from the same Etsy store, and I will again link them down below. They are really nice, and I thought the frogs and the pigs were especially very unique. The reason we went for pigs is because our reception, the actual place we're getting married in, is like pig themed, and we're also having a hog roast. These orange hearts are from Hobbycraft, but the rest of like the back confetti and the red hearts are all from the same Etsy seller. So I put a little handful of that in each of the invites. Some people, when they open it, it explodes all over them. Then moving on to the invite itself, and there were some nice ones on Etsy, but they cost a bomb, so we'll be making our own. So I thought I would show you the fact I have a Christmas tree in November, show you the way we've made our cards. So the first thing we did was we went to Hobbycraft to buy supplies. I believe it was £4 for 50 sheets, and it's recycled craft card in 280 thickness, and it's in A4. I then literally just used a combination between Word and Photoshop. I didn't necessarily need Photoshop, but I wanted this outline of a bat, and he wasn't symmetrical, so it's actually just half a bat, and I've just flipped it, so you could very easily do it on Word. I just work quicker on Photoshop, and then all of the writing, other than this writing here, was then done just through Word fonts. Obviously I've taken out all of our information and just replaced it by what it would be. So that's our address there, and that's where my phone number was. So that's the front. And then I printed it. So I had this like on one page and then this on the second page. I printed it two-sided, flipped on the shortest side, and that's how I got them to be the same. So now all I'm going to do is really carefully trim around the outside of the bat, just using some scissors, and just take it really slow and steady, wins the race. So let's go ahead and pull out the wedding invitation. So here it is. This is the wedding invitation. This is sort of the final thing we came up with. On the top we just have this little ribbon that can just pop off, and we added this just so that people could hang up the invitation if they want to. Again, I will link where I've got everything in the comments. There's a comments in the description down below. This is like a glitter velvet ribbon, which is going through a little jump ring, and there's a tiny little witch's hat on there. Unfortunately, I did get these witch's hats from a charity shop, so I am unable to link those, but I'm sure you can find some very similar on eBay. So on the front it says Michael and Elizabeth wedding invitation, and as you can see there's definitely some glitz and glam going on. We have one iridescent, can you tell? It is 11 o'clock at night and I have already filmed this video before. We have an iridescent gem just there, and then these details have all been made using glitter glue. So I'm going to cut now to the clip of me making and decorating these, and then I sort of leave them to dry and I will come straight back here. So then the next kind of glitzy process, I bought some hearts from Hobbycraft. Again, I think these were about £1. These like little glitzy diamonds. You can see I've used a few rows of them, and then these ones which you have to actually physically cut because it's just like one big strip. So those are like the stick-on bits. I'm using this red glitter glue, which as you can see has had a nice chunk used of it already, and then this sort of brown glitter glue. And then on the tops of the invites, I'll see if I can show you this without, on the tops of the invites, we've got this little ribbon added so that it can hang. So it's a little blue velvet glittery ribbon, and it's attached by a little jump hoop thing, and on it is just a tiny little charm of a witch's hat, and that's like sort of hole punched. So obviously this one isn't hole punched yet, so what I normally do is I just decorate it and glue gun it first, and then I'll leave it to dry, and then I'll hole punch it and sew on this aspect of it afterwards, after it's dried and it's all ready to go. So I start with one of the darker red hearts, and I just lay it on top of the little heart that's on the invite, and then before I squish it down I just move it around a little bit and then push it down when it's in the right place. And then with the smaller circle little diamantes, I put one just there. Oh, I'll just check, yeah, it's there. It's been a while since I've done one. Just there at the bottom, and then I also put one on the back, just under, either under here or under the RSVP, depending on how much space there is. So on this one there's enough space to put it just there. And then with the bigger ones it's a bit harder because you actually have to cut them. So I'm just cutting a strip of these off. It's easier if you just do a strip at a time. And again, it's also easier if you just peel the backing off of them, because they can just be so fiddly when they're tiny. And then I'm putting it up here in the top next to the till, just on like an angle so it looks like diamond shaped. And then one more, so I'm having 2 of these per invite, just down here at the bottom next to the end of part. Weird, I touched my glittery. And then I do the ears. So these ones, I start at the bottom corners and I work up. So just a line and just let it trail off. And another line over this way and let it trail off. And up to the middle. And it's left looking like that. Kind of looks a bit like a W. Here I am, back again. So we're back here, it's all nice and dry. The ribbon has been attached. So let's have a little delve in. So when you open it up, it says "Till death do us part" on this wing, along with another micrometer, which is just Mike's little input there. And then on this side, it says "Mike and Lizzie request the pleasure of the company of," and then there's loads of space just to write your name here. I did do all of the writing with a calligraphy pen, again from Hobbycraft, for a few pounds. I've had this pen for a very long time, but I do know they still stock it. It's called like calligraphy for beginner pen or something. It's really easy to spot. It's the cheapest one they do. And then using the bronze metallic effect Sharpie, we just did 2 little hearts. And then opening it up further, it has all of the information for our guests. So it has the date, Friday the 28th of October, the time, and then it says "Please join us for the wedding ceremony at," and then it would have the address of where our church is. And then on this wing it says "Followed by the wedding breakfast and hog roast reception at," and again the address and postcode of where the reception is. So this would be a kind of very similar invite to what we're giving to the people who are coming for the whole day, so immediate family. But it does vary slightly for people who are just coming to the evening or just coming to the ceremony. I have just made one for my dress designer, Holly Winter, and it has all the information of the wedding ceremony here, and on this side it says "Thank you for designing my dress," because I feel like the main thing she'll want to come to, possibly want to come to anyway, is the actual ceremony. So closing it up, on the back we have our RSVP with another little diamond, and it has our kind of our postcode where, and house name and everything, and phone number where they can reply to you, and we're just asking for it to be sent back by Valentine's Day. So there we go, there is our wedding invitations. We are super pleased with them. It was really fun to make them. We like to kind of like mess around and make them a bit spooky and exciting, and people have definitely had a really good response to opening them. Everyone's been really shocked and like, "Oh, this is so exciting." It's definitely very you. I don't know what they were expecting, but why wouldn't it be a bat that flies out and gives you all the information? I do not know. But yes, it's got a little hook on it so people can hang it up on the wall if they want to, and display it, and hopefully they have enjoyed opening them as much as I've enjoyed making them. I can't say enjoyed because I'm still making them right now, so I better go ahead and carry on because there's no sleep for the wicked. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi guys and girls, so